Hi there, it's me, Mrs. Nelson from Santa Rosa, California, checking in for the second week of going virtual, teaching kindergarten remotely. Of course, the big news this week was school has been canceled for the rest of the year. And that's been quite the news. Technically, this is our second week of teaching virtually, but it's our fourth week of being first shelter in place and then now quarantined. We have the first week that we were sheltering in place was actually spring break for my school district. So we found out the Thursday before that, in fact, we were not going to be going to Disneyland. And then we had, the next day we had the news that we possibly would be closed after spring break. Then over spring break, it was announced that, in fact, we would be going to remote learning. The district provided curriculum for the students that first week, and that gave us time to meet with our colleagues and prepare and kind of figure out what we were doing. And then the last 2 weeks I've been online. It's kind of a new reality now, and this news that we're not going back to school has made me it validated really the decision I made, the direction that I went in with how I was going to be teaching remotely. The interesting thing is that what I'm doing is very different than any other teacher at my school, and I think in my district, at least at the kindergarten level, I'm not aware of anyone else doing a website, which is what I decided to do. Most of my colleagues are using some sort of online format. A lot of them are doing Class Dojo or Google Classrooms, which is more of a format kind of like Facebook, where there's a single stream and the teacher posts something, and then as you post new things, everything just kind of moves down. My intention really was to provide an organized platform really for the parents. I don't expect that my kindergartners are going to be utilizing the website as much as they're the ones watching the videos and engaging and doing the activities, but that the parents needed a place where they knew where to find things, that it was very predictable. I've provided them with a schedule for the week, actually. This is it, with suggested a sequence of events. Do this, then do this, and move on, and do this on Monday, do this on Tuesday, but it's very much at their discretion. I kind of like to think of it as like on-demand kindergarten. I upload everything the Sunday before, so all the lessons, all the stories, everything for the week are on there, and parents can do it at their convenience. This is not like a regular homeschooling situation where parents are just home with the kids and engaging it. They are working themselves. They have multiple kids. We had a number of situations throughout our district where children didn't have technology, and so the district worked really hard to get Chromebooks for all the kids to use at home, because I had parents saying, I can't, they can't be on, they can't come to the Zoom meeting because my son has a Zoom meeting at the same time, and so now all the kids have their own devices. And but I really wanted the resources and materials to be convenient for the parents and the families, and that they could, if they wanted to hear a story and listen to it 3 times or do it after dinner, or I told some of the parents, I actually even sent out my website link to previous classes the last few years, and I said, let me read your kids a bedtime story. Tuck them in with the phone and, put them on the Storytime tab, and they can, hear a familiar voice and somebody different. And I've gotten a lot of very loving responses from parents about that. But I wanted the resources to be organized and be easy for parents to get to. And now that I know that we're going to be doing this for the next few months, I'm just adding a new page to the story time. I'm adding a new page to the lessons, and it's all there. And I had this, vision of the parents like scrolling through, trying to find that one thing. And So I'm pleased with that, and I've gotten a lot of feedback from the families saying, you know, thank you for all your hard work, and it's easy to use. And you know, that being said, the personal aspect of that connection with my students is challenging. I've been trying really hard to connect with them, and I've done this a lot, especially through, it's spring right now, and one of the best ways that I've been able to bring that element of reality to my, you know, online teaching is through videos. This time of year, we would be doing our Earth Science unit, sharing the planet, and every week we focus on a different life, you know, creature that shares our planet. We do plants one week, we do insects one week, we do ocean life, and I bring a lot of reality into the classroom. So we started out with focusing on signs of spring and plants and flowers, and I did a lot of videotaping in the garden. It's been very cold and gloomy and kind of overcast, and then we had a couple of really beautiful days. And I was able to go out in the garden. I planted all of this lettuce and, you know, different greens and beans and poppies and flowers and just all these different seeds, and have been filming, you know, okay, let's go check on the sprouts, and oh look, here's one coming up, and look at the leaves, and just trying to engage with the kids and encouraging them also to garden at home as well. One of the things I always do in my classroom every spring is incubate eggs and hatch chickens. And I had one of the kids ask me at our Zoom meeting the other day, oh, when are we going to do the chickens? When are we going to, you know, when are we going to hatch the eggs? And I was like, oh yeah, no, we're not going to do that. I said, you know, the incubator's at school, but I actually have chickens at home. And so I've been able to videotape with the kids, like, oh, let's go check on the eggs, and, you know, here's the chickens, and telling them about them. And I have one sweet little bantam hen, Sandy, who, you know, is in a lot of my videos and jumps up on my arm. And so the kids have enjoyed having that connection with her. You know, it's really the way that I can see keeping that connection going and involving the real world, and not having it just be reading stories and, you know, directions on how to do the workbook page. So that's it, just kind of keeping it real and in it for the long term. So checking out from Santa Rosa.